Good morning. When we see our cat licking itself, it is something that we all consider normal, satisfying, and within the nature of any cat. The problem arises when cats lick themselves excessively, and it's not easy to interpret. But I have to tell you that if you observe or if you notice that your cat is licking much more than it used to do routinely, we may be facing a health problem. And that is what we are going to discuss, the reasons why cats groom themselves frequently and the significance of excessive licking for your cat. Alright? I won't continue as I'll let you know. Many individuals believe that cats groom themselves for hygiene purposes, and this is indeed accurate. Essentially, one of the main reasons why a cat licks itself is because they have a love for being clean and groomed. However, you may not be aware that when the cat grooms itself, it is actually performing a gesture that triggers the release of a cascade of substances known as endorphins, which in turn elicit a pleasurable sensation in the cat, ultimately leading to a state of comfort and contentment. Do not merely assume that when a cat grooms itself, it is solely for the purpose of maintaining hygiene and cleanliness. It is hygiene, but it is also that sensation of pampering myself, feeling improved, and enhancing my well-being, ultimately making myself feel better than I did before. It's like if we give ourselves a little similar massage, very similar. The problem arises when this licking, as I mentioned in the introduction, occurs excessively, because this can indicate several problems. Specifically, there are going to be 3 serious problems that you must be aware of so that if you identify them, you can start treatment as soon as possible. A scenario in which cats excessively lick and lick and lick, particularly in this instance in the region of their abdomen and chest, although also their paws and other body parts, but primarily in the abdominal area, indicates that the animal is suffering from cystitis. When the animal has inflammation or an infection in its urinary bladder, that is, it has cystitis, it feels unwell. It hurts or stings when you urinate. Urinate in smaller amounts. He is, so to speak, very annoyed. Possibly even have a few tenths of a fever. And as I was saying, as if licking oneself finds satisfaction, relaxation, feeling a little better, it does it excessively, going beyond the normal limit. And it is very typical, when I see a cat excessively licking itself, one of the first things I always look at is with a pH meter, with one of these strips that is inserted into the urine, to try to see the pH of its urine, see if it has any type of infection, and see possibly if it has a fever or something else that indicates that there is a type of infection in the urinary system. Logically, also the fact that a cat licks itself excessively is basically indicative of the presence of fleas, mites like those of scabies, etc. In other words, any substance or allergen that can cause a change in your cat's skin and eventually lead to dermatitis will result in your cat excessively licking itself in an attempt to alleviate discomfort and irritation. And the third main reason why cats lick themselves and lick themselves a lot is because they are stressed. And stress in cats is the disease of the 21st century. I say it in countless videos. A stressed cat is a feline that attempts to self-relax. And in order to self-relax, it exhibits this surplus of licking as a means to try to alleviate the tension that is experienced, the internal anxiety that the animal perceives but cannot, that it is not feeling well. And I see them right away. They are animals that start like this, that then stop eating, that lose weight, that change their character, that sometimes escape from home. And one of the initial indications we will always discover is the surplus of starch that can be found in abundance. No more, thanks. See you in the next videos. Take care. Goodbye.